We are just 63 days away from Election Day, right? Happy September. And in some crucial swing states, early voting begins in a matter of days. Recent national polls show former President Trump and Vice President Harris locked in a razor-tight race for some reason, many of them within the margin of error. However, we still don't have a clear idea of the vice president's policies. Harris's official website still lacks any section about her platform, and she's only held one interview since August 6th, the day she named Tim Walz as her running mate. In comparison, Trump and his running mate, J.D. Vance, have sat for at least 34 interviews in that time. Now, Harris is being accused of using a new tactic to avoid the press. The vice president was spotted wearing headphones as she walked by a group of reporters yesterday. She didn't stop to take questions. She just waved, because she couldn't hear them, supposedly. And she adjusted her earbuds like, look, I'm on the phone, and quickly boarded a flight. Yeah, it's like an alternate universe here. Jerry, what I think immediately about the policy issue, it's, Americans are realizing finally that policies have a direct impact on the quality of their lives. It's not some amorphous thing. And they realize this. School is starting. Are you driving the kid to work, to school? Gas prices, sitting at the table in the morning thinking, what can dinner be? Did I put enough in the lunchbox? Am I going to be able to pay the rent next month as these kids are going back and forth? Isn't this the dynamic that Americans care about, or do you think they're going to notice that she has not given them any specifics?
Well, that's just the problem, right? It is the economy, stupid, and she's not really talking about it in detail in any way. And when she does, I think it's, completely divorced from how the economy actually works, and that's what Americans really understand. I understand that the price of bread has gone up so much in the last 3 years. Eggs, steak. I tried to buy a steak the other day. Forget about it.
Yes.
Look, I thought the funny thing about her speech to the union, though, and I just have to say this because I'm from North Carolina, okay? I'm a Southerner, and she did that really funky Southern accent. I found it
Speaking of which,
strange.
I want people to hear this because it was kind of compared to Foghorn Leghorn. And the North Carolina early voting starts in 3 days. So she can, the more she waits, let's listen to that tape, what Jerry referred to.
You better thank a union member for paid leave. You better thank a union member for vacation time. Thank unions for sick leave. Thank unions for paid family leave. Thank unions for your vacation time.
Yeah, Jerry, it's a very strange, she was born in Canada. I'm sorry. And so this is not a woman who's a Southerner, or it just doesn't make sense.
It doesn't ring true, and that's the problem. She feels false when she does it, and every time I hear somebody who's not from there do that, I think way in the back of their head, what they're thinking is, she's hanging on to her guns and her Bible, and at the end of the day, you think they think less of us, not that they think more of us.
Cheryl, speaking of avoiding situations, the headphones thing.
Yeah.
If the media was serious, they wouldn't wonder what's happening. They know what's happening. If they began to roast her for that fraud, maybe we could get her to say a few things.
Well, we've all used the headphone trick, or at least I have. I can't hear you. I'm sorry, what? Huh? No, I'm busy.
Because there's noise canceling now.
I'm on the phone.
These.
Yeah, it's exactly what. I mean, that's obvious to anybody. But I think you brought up North Carolina. I'm glad you did, because let's talk about the calendar right now. Okay, September 6th, North Carolina absentee ballots are sent to voters. On the 16th, Pennsylvania. Mail-in ballots are going to be sent out. Georgia, absentee ballots sent out to military overseas September 19th. I mean, this is now. This isn't election day. This is election season. And I want to make one quick point here, is the fact that they're doing this on purpose. This is a campaign strategy. The reason the policies are not out there is because they want to basically not talk about specifics, just to get you to fall in love with the idea of Kamala Harris, and then you vote for her maybe in a week.
And that speaks to, Emily, this nature of what do parents do? What does a single mom do as she is struggling each day when she's wondering, all right, Kamala Harris is new, right? It's a new way forward. What is that way? And yet we know Trump and his policies. What is this woman going to do when she might want to vote for Harris? What's going through her mind, do you think?
I'm not sure, but every American just needs to vote GOP, because the opportunity economy that Vice President Harris has put out there, well, to me, that would be capitalism. And so that would be the GOP. To anyone who is suffering in any way, to anyone that wants a common sense approach to anything in any way, to anyone, you should be voting GOP, because the alternative is disastrous.
Yeah.
And first of all, or second of all, who has wires still? Who isn't wireless? But I have to say, too, we
Easier
have
to show.
we have to correct that Kamala Harris was born in Berkeley, but raised in Canada. Raised in Canada, to your point, and that
right.
She's like the lamest X-Men possible, where she like morphs into whoever she's talking to, but it sucks.
Berkeley is actually like another country anyway, so we'll take that. This is like someone sitting down, though, and asking for a job, but telling you that they'll tell you what they'll do after you hire them. Would you feel safe hiring that person?
Yeah, it's that Nancy Pelosi, hey, we're going to have to pass this bill in order to find out what's in it. But look, she was the most liberal senator in the United States Senate, so we have that background.
Right.
She's been the vice president for the last 3.5 years. Don't tell me that on day one you're suddenly going to take on a new position. She is a San Francisco liberal. She wants us to be like California. She's taken positions that are just the American people. If you just look at issue by issue what she's done over those years, she's on the wrong side of this. Don't tell us that she's day one, brand new. This is a new direction.
Delivered by
She's
Venus.
there right now.
We're going to get more of the same.
Yeah.
We're going to get more of the same policies that we've had.
Yeah, we are. This my values haven't changed. It is a wink to her left flank. Make no mistake.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.